Welcome to History Uncovered. Today's video delves into the heart of Scotland in the 16th century to explore the tumultuous reign of Mary, Queen of Scots. Mary Stuart returned to Leith, Scotland in August 1561 after 13 years at the French court, where she had been raised. Her arrival came just months after the death of her husband, Francis II, and while she was the rightful queen, she discovered that Scotland was deeply polarised by religious strife brought on by the Protestant Reformation. There was great anticipation about her return. Many Scottish Catholics viewed her as a beacon of hope against the rising tide of Protestantism. Upon her arrival, Mary was greeted warmly by her supporters, including the powerful nobility. However, she was also met with suspicion from Protestant factions, particularly the influential figure John Knox. Their relationship would continue to be tumultuous, as Knox openly criticised Mary's legitimacy and authority as a Catholic monarch ruling over a Protestant country. Mary's reign was marked by her struggle to manage the political landscape of Scotland. While she sought to create alliances, many nobles were more loyal to themselves and their interests than to the crown. This created a delicate balancing act for Mary. Curious to note, one of the motivations for her political manoeuvring was her desire to maintain her power without disturbing the fragile peace between Catholics and Protestants. Mary was known for her intelligence. She sought counsel from various advisers, including her half-brother, James Stuart, Earl of Moray, who at times backed her whilst simultaneously being a Protestant leader. To strengthen her position, Mary married Henry Stuart, Lord Darnley, in July 1565. Whilst this marriage was politically advantageous, being a union that strengthened her claim to the English throne, it soon turned into a major source of trouble. Darnley initially was celebrated for his charming demeanour, but he quickly became power-hungry and dissatisfied with his position at court. Darnley's ambition went so far as to demand the title of King of Scots, which Mary refused. The tension culminated in physical confrontations, with Darnley even being involved in a violent altercation with Mary's loyal advisers. The murder of her secretary, David Rizzio, in March 1566. Rizzio, an Italian musician and confidant of Mary, was perceived as having undue influence over her, particularly by her jealous and politically aggressive husband, Lord Darnley. During a violent confrontation in Mary's private chambers at Holyrood Palace, Darnley and a group of conspirators stormed in and brutally stabbed Rizzio 56 times, who was said to be pleading for his life as he clutched Mary's skirts for protection. This shocking act of violence not only deepened the rift between Mary and Darnley, but also marked a pivotal moment in her reign, ultimately contributing to her downfall and the turbulent politics of Scotland during the turbulent 16th century. In February 1567, Darnley's murder cast a long shadow over Mary's kingdom. His body was found in the garden of Kirkgate House, brutally killed under mysterious and sinister circumstances. Many contemporaries suspected Mary's involvement, either directly or indirectly, due to her association with Bothwell, her supposed lover. However, an interesting detail often overlooked is that several historians believe Darnley's own actions and alliances may have set him on a path of self-destruction. This event was the tipping point for Mary. The political fallout was immediate, leading to social unrest and suspicion. The public saw her associated with the man who was suspected of the crime, James Hepburn, 4th Earl of Bothwell. Just weeks after Darnley's death, Mary married Bothwell, stirring outrage across Scotland. The marriage was considered scandalous, and many believed it was the culmination of a conspiracy to eliminate Darnley. Interestingly, the marriage occurred to a Protestant church, reflecting Mary's attempts to solidify her power amidst deepening divisions. Her marriage to Bothwell rallied opposition against her, leading to her being displaced from power as nobles and former allies turned against her. This act sparked the immediate rebellion that would lead to her downfall. However, many historians view this marriage differently. Whilst Mary was on her way to visit her and Darnley's infant son, James, Hepburn kidnapped her and tried to force the marriage. But even despite this, many still don't believe in that theory. By July 1567, amid widespread rebellion, Mary was compelled to abdicate in favour of her son, James VI, who was only 1 year old. A little known fact about her abdication is that though she was pressured into it, she continued to consider herself the ruling queen and never formally relinquished her claim to the throne. Mary was imprisoned in Lochleven Castle, and her escape in May 1568 was orchestrated by sympathetic nobles. However, her return to power was short-lived. After losing the Battle of Langside, she fled to England hoping for protection from her cousin, Elizabeth I. Mary's reign, though fraught with conflict and adversity, left an indelible mark on Scottish history. She remains a symbol of resilience and female power in a predominantly patriarchal society. One of the lesser-known legacies of Mary is that she served as an inspiration for countless works of art and literature, including poems and plays that depicted her tragic life story. Mary Stuart's life and struggles have fascinated historians, filmmakers, and artists for centuries. Her complex persona, torn between Catholicism and Protestantism, and her identity as a queen fighting for her reign, resonates with modern audiences. Thank you for joining this exploration of Mary Stuart's reign in Scotland. If you want to see more historical deep dives, feel free to subscribe, like, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below.